As the new campaign season unfolds, the newest negative ads are already upon us. Voters almost universally say they dislike them, and yet studies show they're effective. Discuss.
Who do you trust to grow our...
I think they're disgusting.
It grabs your attention.
It kind of turns me off.
It turns you off.
Yes.
If it's by the candidate, I actually look more negatively toward him. Because I think it's just dirt.
People are just going to do whatever they can to get ahead. We might not like knowing the dirty, but then at the same time, I think we're attracted to the dirty. Hate sells.
Is there anything that crosses a line for you if you do see negative advertising, though, where you say, okay, that is off limits, that's too much?
I think children.
Children.
Especially children that are not involved in the campaign.
Personal attacks on people, it's just too much. Like, people's personal lives should be kind of kept out of it.
Would you like to see candidates make a pledge not to run negative ads?
Yes.
I think it'd be a bold choice.
Yeah.
I don't see why it couldn't be done. I just don't see anybody doing it.
It's our launching point for today's OTR political analysis. Democrat Marianne Marsh is with us. Republican Patrick Griffin is with us. Guys, great to have you with us as always.
So I've noticed this year that attack ads, well, we know that attack ads come in different shapes and sizes, but this year it seems like I'm seeing more of those soothing tones, sort of like a gentle voice attack ad as opposed to the sort of hard-hitting, dark ones. Do you think it has a different effect on voters, Marianne?
Well, they're mimicking those pharmaceutical ads where they say if you take this drug in the soothing voice, you'll bleed to death, have a heart attack, or get cancer, but you'll be cured. So negative ads only work when they're delivered by a credible messenger.
Go ahead, Patrick. Follow that one.
I'm going to try and save
go
you
ahead.
here.
Go ahead.
Negative ads are a lot like traffic accidents. No one likes the idea of it, but everyone slows down to look.
Yeah.
Right. Unfortunately, we've come to a new age now where there's sort of NPR attack ads. Very soothing. And
but do you think it fools the voters, though?
No, I don't think it fools them. I think, as Marianne said, they have to be credible, from the right source, and they can't be over the top.
And they have to have an element of truth and reinforce something you believe about the candidate already.
Wait, Maura Healey, she's here this morning. Marianne, will she translate to a larger voting population?
She's the next Attorney General of Massachusetts, a rising star in the party, and she got more votes than anybody, and I mean anybody, who was in the primary last Tuesday.
She has a Republican opponent, Patrick.
She does, but she's going to win this. And at the end of the day, the reason she did well and Seth Moulton did well is she is new. She helps the Democratic Party in Massachusetts not looks like people out of Madame Tussauds Wax Museum. She's the future of the party. I think Marianne is right. She'll win big.
She may not be a gamble, but gambling was very high in the headlines this week. Win for win. Is this a potential loss for Boston? More importantly, if so, what does Mayor Walsh have to do to rectify it, Marianne?
Walsh has less leverage now than he had before, but Wynn needs permits from Boston. Marty Walsh controls those permits. He said he won't use them to get what he wants. We shall see.
Is she right about that?
She is. A $1.5 billion deal, lots of money at hand. Steve Wynn, this is not his first rodeo. This is the cost of doing business. $18 million a year the mayor negotiated. I think that's a nice parting point. He may not be able to get there immediately, but as Margaret Thatcher would say, they will learn to do business together.
They're going to play well together. Is that what you're saying?
I think
so. Let's move more north, and it looks like Scott Brown and Jeanne Shaheen are in a dead heat in their race in New Hampshire for the United States Senate. Now, Mitt Romney weighed in this week with this ad. Take a look.
There's one candidate who won't take orders from the White House and will buck his own party to do what's right for New Hampshire. That's my
question, Marianne. Does the governor carry any weight in this race?
Look, this is, for Romney and Christie, this is more about being president of the United States than the United States Senate. Scott Brown is merely an excuse to get to the first in the nation primary state, New Hampshire. That's what this is all about.
Patrick, read, first of all, on the ad that the governor is in.
First of all, this is not the only state Mitt Romney has been in. He's been the Richard Nixon of this campaign in terms of comebacks. He's been in every state where there's a Senate race and will play a critical part in winning the Senate for Republicans. You don't do this out of altruism. So my feeling is, yes, it works. His numbers are strong in New Hampshire, and whether Marianne likes it or not, Mitt Romney could very well be a contender for President of the United States.
The CNN poll goes 48 Shaheen, 48 Scott Brown. Patrick, first, your read on that. What does it mean for Shaheen? Let me ask you, what does that mean for Jeanne Shaheen?
Well, Jeanne Shaheen's in big trouble. She's in trouble not because of Jeanne Shaheen or Scott Brown. She's in trouble because of the president. It's a toxic environment. The internal polls that we've seen this week not only show it pulling together, Ed, the biggest problem is Senator Shaheen's gender gap, which she still enjoys a significant one, is beginning to shrink, and independents are coming Brown's way. Problem, it's a little early, and this thing will swing back other ways. I think she's in big trouble.
Marianne, I think you feel differently.
I think Pat's just trying to cover himself there. If you think this is a 2-point race, do you want me to go on a rant about public polling again? I mean, this is not a 2-point race. It is a 6 to 8 point race. It always has been, number one. Number two, when it's just like Martha Coakley was never going to win by 32, 21, or 12 points. The same thing here. Believe me, Jeanne Shaheen wins this race. It's a 6 to 8 point race.
You are whistling by the graveyard. I hope
week.
you keep this thing going because you know what?
Dinner,
okay, I'll do dinner, but I'm going to tell you right now, the Shaheen people are terrified. They remain terrified, and they're not quite sure what to do. Brown wins.
Just very quickly, was Marianne right when she said this is more about Romney thinking about another run?
I think Mitt Romney is thinking about another run, and I think he's getting a lot of pressure from a lot of people that he should run again.
So he's sort of testing the waters up here a little bit.
I think he's getting a lot of pressure.
Your two words are?
Romney's running.
Romney's running.
Period.
All right, we continue on the record. Stay with us.